Get our final on the Ripco System scoreboard in overtime. North Daviess falls to Fort Wayne Blackhawk 48-41. It was 14-8 Blackhawk after 1, 21-15 Blackhawk after 2, 29-25 Blackhawk after 3. Cougars tied it up with that 13-point fourth quarter, 38-38. They turned it over, Cole, at the end of that overtime. Blackhawk had 5 seconds, but they couldn't get the basket. And boy, oh boy, Cougars had so many chances. It's just sickening. Let's just call it like it is. It's just sickening that the Cougars lost this game because they should have won it.
Yeah, they really should have, and they'll bounce back, though. That's the good news. They're resilient, and they don't have a lot of time to worry about it either.
No, you play tomorrow at 3 o'clock. You're playing at 3 o'clock tomorrow, so you better just get over it. Yeah,
it's time to just, the best you can, put it behind you, and come to play tomorrow. Salvage out of this what you can, obviously, and move on.
I mean, it's nice to say we're upset about losing to the 2A number 3 team. In the state they were undefeated too. We're upset, but we ought to be upset because we should have won that game.
Yeah, and it's a bitter pill to swallow. It wasn't due to lack of effort. That's the good news.
Not at all.
That's the good news. It wasn't an attitude issue. It was bunnies, that just didn't convert. And I guess as they say, there's days like that. You hate to see it when it goes around, a few different guys, but hey, it happens. You watch college games, just see similar things happen in those too. So, defensively, I thought we did everything we should.
Absolutely.
We made our adjustment on first. Our guys got more physical with him after that first quarter, and I don't think you can complain about that at all. And I thought we started getting the ball towards the basket, which I love to see, and there's no reason not to like to see that. But, unfortunately, we didn't capitalize on the shots when we got them in there.
Well, Cole, the good news is I see one of your buddies is doing this last game as far as the officials go. That's good. Your old friend there.
Buddy, I saw him down at Washington. I went down and watched the girls play the other night. He had that game, too.
Again, 48-41 again was our final in overtime. The Cougars
is struggling from the field. The Vikings struggle to kind of score, but tonight we're hoping for a good night from Hagen Knapp.
Well, Hagen earlier this year got his 1,000th point, and he's averaging 22 points a game for the Vikings this year, and that's as high as any Viking player I can remember this deep into the season. I mean, I know we're 8 games in, but 22 points a game, I don't remember a Barr-Reeve Viking averaging that many per game, at least in recent memory.
No, and the thing is, Shady, it could be more, but I think that game against Terre Haute South counted against him as a game when he only played about 2 or 3 minutes.
It did, yep.
It could be a lot higher, should be a lot higher. If we take that game away, it's probably closer to 25, 26 points a game when he's actually played. So it'll be interesting to see what Hagen brings tonight. He's a special player, but he's got special guys around him, and I'm sure we'll talk about them a little bit too.
So Hagen with 1,041 points puts him in 7th place all-time on the Barr-Reeve scoring list, just ahead of Gabe Gladish and just behind Keegan O'Neill. So, and yeah, these South Knox Spartans, I know in your work that you've done in the junior high level, you've probably seen some of these guys. What can we see from them as far as an individual, from an individual perspective?
Like we said, they're very scrappy. They're very, very talented. They do a lot of good things. They're young, which is something that's going to maybe play to the Vikings' advantage tonight. The Vikings typically play a lot of upperclassmen, and South Knox typically a little bit younger this year. But what these guys do is they are very fundamentally sound. They make you work for every point that you get on the offensive end. And that's why I said the biggest thing for the Vikings tonight is going to be patience on the offensive end. Don't get forced into anything after you've turned come around a couple different times with the basketball. Look for good possessions, look for good shots, and I think South Knox will start to crumble if you're patient with them on the offensive end.
Well, the Vikings have now won 6 in a row against the Spartans, and looking at this, record in the last 3 decades, for as many good close games as there's been, I'm really surprised that the spread is as much, is as wide as it is in favor of the Vikings. But the last time the Spartans beat Barr-Reeve was March 4th in 2017. That was in the sectional when Barr-Reeve was playing up in 2A. They beat them in the sectional again the year before that. It's the exact same day, March the 4th of 2016. So it's been a while, 6 in a row for the Vikings, and I know that Coach Burkett and the Spartans would like to reverse that tonight. And what a place to do it. A very packed house here at North Daviess for the first day of the Bobcat Classic here from North Daviess High School, and what a packed field. I don't know that we've really even we've talked off air about that, but the teams that are in here this year, Greg and Mike Wagner talked in previous broadcasts about maybe the top tier, names like Kurt Hope and Caleb First, and, maybe some of those names aren't Luke Brown aren't here this year, but I don't think that's affected the level of the quality teams and the competition in here.
No, the teams, I think, overall are tremendous. I think you're about as close in margin from the first team to the last team that this tournament's ever been. And we saw a really competitive game right before us with North Daviess and Fort Wayne Blackhawk, which I think are 2 of the favorite teams in this whole tournament. But to see those 2 teams battle out, to see 2 teams right here go at it, you've got Brownstown and Venter, you've got Lagodi and Bledsoe. You've just got a lot of good teams here, Shady. And one thing that makes this game tough, you got the primetime game tonight at 7:30. But if you lose this game tonight, you turn around and play at 3 o'clock, which is not what any team wants to do.
And that's what Coach Dalrymple's got to do, is get his guys up to play that 3 o'clock game tomorrow. Just a couple of fun little notes here of things we're keeping track of. Brent Dalrymple's got 298 career wins in his career, and Coach Josh Thompson for the Vikings is at 196. So both of those guys approaching some milestone wins. Now, I guarantee you none of those 2 even know that.
No.
So, but that's kind of the things we like to talk about.
Oh, yeah, that's the stuff we're allowed to talk about on the radio.
All right, for the starting lineups, Josh, for the Class 1A defending state champions, the Barr-Reeve Vikings.
Yep, they're going to start as they typically have over the last several games. They're going to be Cam Madison starting in the middle, number 44. He's a senior. Hagen Knepp's going to be at the forward position, number 34, a senior. Caden Graber is going to be the senior guard leading the charge tonight at the point guard position. Then you're going to have Aaron Wagner at the other guard position, and then Braden Knepp at the other guard position, the lone sophomore in the lineup here tonight. But like we said, Shady, this Viking team is deep. They've had some guys step up due to some absences. Nick Fortune Trooper's back, Reed Thompson's back, Christian Smith's back. Very, very deep team here for the Vikings.
Vikings coached, of course, by Josh Thompson. He's 86-8. in his 4th year at Barr-Reeve, and he's 196 and 164 in his 15th year overall. So we're waiting for the starting lineups for the home team on the scoreboard tonight, the South Knox Spartans. They will go with number 32, Dakota Candler, a 6'5 junior. Number 4 is Dylan Mater, a 6'1 junior. Number 15 is Brennan Robinson, a 6'1 senior. And number 2 is Sam Singleton, a 6'5 freshman. And
number 21, Jackson Thomas, 6' junior.
And the Spartans are coached by David Burkett. He's 47-32 in his 4th year at South Knox. And, of course, we remember him from the previous administration, as they say, under Coach Mark Rohr. I think he took over there when Rohr left.
And done a good job since he's taken over.
Jim Ferris down there as a longtime assistant coach, junior high coach for many years.
Jim Ferris' son was actually in my class, Shady. Played him all the way through the grades, so I know Coach Ferris fairly well.
There's the whistle as Singleton and Knepp tip it, and the Vikings have it for the first possession of the ball game. Caden Graber will have it.
South Knox in a man-to-man defense to start this thing.
Braden Knepp goes inside to Cam Madison. One dribble, throws it back out to Hagen Knepp. Hagen on the wing to Caden Graber. Still beyond the three-point arc. It was inside there briefly to Madison, but the Vikings... And now Caden Graber into the lane. A kick out, corner 3 for Aaron Wagler is way too hard. And Hagen Knepp with the rebound out to Cam Madison. Back to Hagen. Badly misfired on the first attempt, and now Hagen takes the free throw line jumper and got it.
That's pretty hard to guard that possession, Shady.
Tough shot for Hagen. We've said that a lot. We'll say it a lot more.
That's what he does well.
Singleton with the basketball. Spartans driving it. They have it on the wing now. Top of the key handoff. Get these names straight here in a minute. Still out beyond the arc. Defended nicely there by Caden Graber. Singleton looked at the three, didn't take it. 6'5" freshman. And the starting lineup for the Spartans. Jackson Thomas with the ball, top of the key. Puts it on the floor. And gets rid of it to Candler. And now Mater has it. Spartans being very patient. It's 2-0 Barr-Reeve. 6:40 to go, first quarter. Drive, spin there by Candler. Gets rid of it again to Mater. Driving into the lane goes Candler and kicks it out. Looking for somewhere to go with it. They get rid of it to Mater.
The Vikings just have to stay disciplined on the defensive end, not fall asleep, and let them backdoor you.
Picking up his dribble is Dakota Candler. He got rid of it finally to Jackson Thomas. Off to Robinson. Robinson working on Graber, pulls up.
Wow.
Long two is good, and we're tied at 2.
It's another good mid-range jumper there as Robinson got some elevation there and sunk the jumper.
Caden Graber with the basketball for the Vikings. Braden Knepp has it way out on the floor. Across the top of the key to Caden Graber. Tried to throw the lob, thought about it, couldn't do it. Aaron Wagler had it for a moment in the corner. Now Cam Madison has it, turns, gets rid of it to Hagan Knepp. Hagan working in the corner to Knepp for 3. And it's another air ball, so 2 3-point attempts, 2 air balls for the Vikings. The score is tied at 2. 5:33 to go, first quarter, here from North Davis in the Bobcat Classic. Driving, spinning into the lane, the ball knocked loose, picked up by the Vikings, so a turnover on South Knox.
A good defensive anticipation there by Hagan Knepp.
So Caden Graber handling the basketball for the Vikings. Between his legs dribble, drives left, comes back to the right, handoff goes to Aaron Wagler. He'll drive into the lane, shoots a little runner, and got it.
I like the aggressiveness out of the gate there for Aaron Wagler. He's taken a 3 and missed it, but looked to drive there. He could be a good X factor for the Vikings tonight if he can get some buckets to fall.
So Aaron Wagler almost 4 points a game on the year for the Vikings. This is Thomas with it, puts it on the floor to Candler. Candler will drive baseline, shoots over Madison, got it off the glass. We're tied at 4.
Cam's got to do a better job of shutting the baseline off there. Gave him a little bit too much, and they took advantage.
So Braden Knepp off to Aaron Wagler. Throws it on the wing, beyond the arc to Hagan Knepp, back to the top to Madison. Caden Graber holding the ball above his head. Now Braden Knepp will unload from 3 again and got it. So 7-4 Vikings, 4:26 to go, first quarter.
That's what Braden does best. Been shooting the ball particularly well from 3 this year. Gets an early one there.
So Singleton took the handoff and now driving right, and a foul going to be called on the floor. They will wave off the basket.
If there's one thing Braden needs to work on, he's just a sophomore, Shady, so not physically grown into his body completely yet, but right there just got a little bit too physical with South Knox and got beat Braden off the dribble.
So the inbound pass goes to Mater. He's looking to get it inside to Candler. He does, works on, and the ball is stripped away there by Hagan Knepp, and he will bring it down himself. So nice job defensively by the Vikings. Pull up 3 from Hagan. It's off the side of the rim, no good, and rebounded there by Thomas, and he will bring it down for the Spartans. Here's Mater with it now.
Hagan, a 60% three-point shooter this year, Shady.
Turned that one loose pretty quickly, forcing up a shot, and it's going to bounce in. That was Robinson, I believe.
Yep, that's 4 for Robinson.
Vikings lead it 7-6, 3:38 to go. Aaron Wagler dribbles right with it. Right-hand dribble, shovels it off to Cam Madison. Madison turns, gets rid of it to Braden Knepp. Braden will go right with the dribble. Out to Caden Graber. Caden goes right. Hagan Knepp, free throw line. Puts it on the floor and backs up a couple of steps. Caden Graber. 3:10 to go. Vikings lead by 1, 7-6. Now Caden picks up his dribble, gets rid of it to Braden Knepp. Neither team has subbed yet, as we've played 5 minutes here in the first quarter. Hagan with another pull-up jumper. He missed it again, and the rebound is off to Mater, and here come the Spartans. They've got the basketball and a chance to take the lead here. Thomas with it, and he got it off to Candler, who got the 2.
4-apiece for Candler and Robinson for the South Knox Spartans. That's where their points have come so far.
So 6'5" is Candler, 6'5" is Singleton, so some nice size inside for the Spartans. Cam Madison catches it in the lane, and the ball's knocked loose and out of bounds, but the Vikings will keep it. 2:31 to go in the first quarter.
Here's our first sub of the game as number 14, Tristan Worth, checks into the ball game as Singleton has a seat.
Worth is a senior, 5'10". So the Vikings will have it with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. They trail by 1. It's 8-7. Cam Madison has it out on the floor. Back to Caden Graber, who will take a three from the wing. It's no good. Rebound in the open floor to Candler.
A quick three there by Caden. Almost went down.
Throw it ahead to Thomas, and now Candler gets it back, works on Madison. Double team comes, throws out of it to Mater. On the wing to Worth. Top of the key pass now to Robinson. Spartans working it around. Worth has it back in the right corner. Back to the top to Mater. On the wing now. A couple of dribbles with the right hand, coming towards the top of the key. This is Jackson Thomas. Minute 46 to go. Spartans being very patient. Dylan Mater, Dakota Candler, handoff. Free throw line jumper is good there by Robinson. And it's 10-7. The Vikings are down 3.
6 points from Robinson. Here goes Braden Knepp to the rim, gets fouled, and
It was in and out, no good, and he will go to the free throw line.
Just about fell.
Braden Knepp is a 75% free throw shooter, and surprise, surprise, he's shot more free throws than anybody else on the team.
That is surprising, especially from a guy that shoots a majority of his shots from the three-point line, but Braden is to the free throw line. His first one up and good.
And it could be the team's fouling him on purpose since he's the youngest kid on the floor.
Yeah, that could be towards the end of the games. So Braden's first free throw is up and good. A second free throw to follow, in and out, no good.
10-8. Vikings still trail by 2. A minute 27 to go. Spartans with the basketball, quickly down. Throw it into the corner. They're going to throw it away. So not a lot of turnovers.
That's not first turnover on.
One thing I will say, the games where I've been here this afternoon, that have not been a lot of turnovers and not a lot of foul calls. So good, clean basketball.
Good, clean basketball. That's what everybody wants to watch.
Yeah, as you would expect with the level of competition we have here. Cam Madison throws it to Hagan Knepp. Another free throw line jumper is short again.
Hagan struggling to get him to fall. Hit his first one with the most difficult shot he's taken of the night, and his other 2-3 haven't fell. And there's a drive there's a charge. Braden Knepp takes the charge. Another turnover on back-to-back possessions for the Spartans.
That foul will go on Robinson. So just a second team foul, but
it's a great momentum swing the Vikings needed there by the sophomore Braden Knepp to take the charge.
Vikings have yet to sub, and we're inside of a minute now in the first quarter. Caden Graber with it. Gets rid of it to Hagan. It's thrown away. So now the Spartans will have the chance to, with the 2-point lead, to hold for the last shot.
And I'd say, Shady, they probably will unless they get a wide-open layup here.
And they have the possession arrow to start the second quarter. So this is a perfect situation for Coach Burkett. Couldn't ask for this first quarter to end any better if you're a Spartans fan. They have a 2-point lead, the basketball, possession arrow to start the second quarter.
Coach Thompson may try to call something here to try to speed them up.
We're down to 17 seconds. Thomas with the basketball off to Robinson, to Worth. They throw it inside and throw it away. Ahead to Caden Graber.
Nice move.
Caden will take the had to get it up around the defender, a little bit of a wild shot, but he will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
That's a good steal there by the Vikings, and good outlet pass there from Braden Knepp to Caden. Caden to the free throw line to shoot 2.
63% on the year, but just 5 of 8.
It's 10-8 with 6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Vikings trail. Can tie it up here at the free throw line. First free throw up by Caden is good. It's Caden's first points of the night. It's 10-9, 6.5 seconds to go. Caden's second free throw is up and got that one to go as well. Tie game at 10, 6 seconds.
Ahead to Worth are the Spartans. He will drive all the way to the basket. We got a jump ball. South Knox will keep it. Nice job by Aaron Wagler to reach in and tie that up.
Yep. So that will change the possession arrow at the quarter.
Correct.
So the Vikings will get the ball back.
So 2.3. Spartan left here in the first quarter. Spartans have it under their own basket. Robinson trying to get loose for a 3. He's got it up at the buzzer, but it's way short. And that's the way the first quarter ends on the Crane Credit Union scoreboard. After 1, we're tied at 10 here from the Bobcat Classic between Barr-Reeve and South Knox. You're listening to high school basketball on Razor Radio Sports. You can do a minute commercial, Josh. We're tied at 10 after 1 quarter of play here from the Cougar Den in this Bobcat of Daviess County Classic, the final game of the night. Vikings still haven't subbed as they break the huddle with their original starting 5. And for South Knox, Worth is in there instead of Singleton, so they have Dylan Mater, Brennan Robinson, Jackson Thomas, Dakota Candler, and Tristan Worth. Caden Graber with the basketball as the Vikings get it on that late jump ball that switched the possession arrow for the quarter. Hagan Knepp working, being guarded out there by Robinson. Now he gets rid of it to Braden Knepp, had it for a moment. Now Caden Graber's got it to Cam Madison, back to Graber on the wing. Cam comes out to set the screen, and Caden gets free for 3, and he got it. So $10 for Cash for Kindle. Thank you to Midwestern Engineers, the Barr-Reeve Scholarship Foundation, and the honor of Kendall Murphy.
Got to love the confidence that Caden Graber's shooting the basketball with right there. That's a tough shot, but he knew he was going to shoot it, and it hit nothing but net.
So into the lane, and the kick out now to Mater, who will use the shot fake, drive in, and missed it, but got his own rebound as it hit the floor. Now it's taken away from Mater by Caden Graber, and he will bring it down. Caden into the lane, bounce pass down low to Madison, left it short in a fight for his own rebound, but it's taken by the Spartans. Wow, what a missed opportunity there for the Vikings.
Yeah, Cam just didn't take that up very strong, and South Knox did a good job of getting a hand on it.
On the wing here to Thomas. Back to the top to Robinson. Holds it over his head, a couple of dribbles, being guarded by Hagan. To Candler with it on the wing, drives baseline, got it up on the rim, no good, but the foul is going to be called on Cam Madison, I believe.
And South Knox has been hitting that baseline all night, Shady. They catch it there, and they try to attack there, and that time they got good position to get the ball up and not good, but get the foul. So now Candler is to the free throw line to shoot 2. His first free throw is off the back of the rim, no good. And for the first time this season, Reed Thompson checks into the game for the Vikings as Braden Knepp has a seat.
Reed Thompson, a 6'1 senior.
Got a lot of athleticism, had a very good JV season last year for the Vikings, looking to spark this Viking offense and defense, as the second free throw was good by Candler, so it's a 13-11 Vikings lead.
So 2-point lead and the ball for Barr-Reeve. Caden Graber directing some traffic out there. Gets rid of it to Cam Madison. They lob it down low to Hagan Knepp off the glass. He missed it. He might have pushed off the defender to get up in the air for that, but no foul was called, and now South Knox loses it as they dribble it off their foot and picked up by Cam Madison. Aaron Wagler looking to get rid of it, does to Reed Thompson. Thompson surveying the floor, gets it to Caden Graber. Caden drives into the lane. Back to the top to Cam Madison, back to Caden Graber. Graber, he'll take a 3, and it rims in and out, no good. Rebound cleared out there by the Spartans, and here comes Brennan Robinson with it. He gets rid of it to Candler. On the elbow here to a new face in the ballgame, number 40. That is Logan Fisher, a 6'6 senior. They're just bringing these 6'6", 6'5s from everywhere, and that's a jumper good by Dakota Candler.
It's Candler's 7th point on the night. 7 of their 13 coming from Candler.
Aaron Wagler to Caden Graber in the corner to Reed Thompson. Thompson out to Cam Madison. Hagan Knepp will take the handoff and a foul called. That will be on the Spartans, and coming into the game for the first time tonight for the Vikings will be senior Christian Smith. He will replace Madison. The foul was on Dakota Candler, his first, the team's 4th. tied at 13 with 5:25 to go. Second quarter in the final game of the day from the Bobcat of Daviess County Classic from the Cougar Den in Elnora. Hagen Knepp goes high to catch that pass. Cross court to Reed Thompson, who will turn loose a three, and he's too short. Rebounded there by the Spartans, and here comes Robinson.
It's a good shot by Reed there. Just didn't get it to fall.
First shot attempt of his senior year. Worth with it. Give it off to Candler. Into the lane. Kick out. Looked at the three. Didn't take it. Worth has it all the way down in the corner. Left corner. Now it's coming on the wing. Looking to get rid of it are the Spartans. It goes to Jackson Thomas finally. Tied at 13 with 4:49 to go in the second quarter. Dakota Candler. Handoff goes to Thomas, and now the pass onto the wing goes to Robinson.
It's a good hedge defense there by Christian Smith on the screen.
Now Worth has it in the corner to Thomas. Spartans being very, very patient, as I suspected they might. The Vikings and the Spartans. So now they're just standing out there, 1 foot in the center circle, holding onto the ball, but they pass it off to Robinson. Now Worth has it top of the key on the elbow. Further down into the corner. Now coming back towards the top of the dribble is Robinson. On the wing once again beyond the arc to Candler. Free throw line jumper is going to be short and rebounded there by Aaron Wackler. Ahead to Caden Graber, and here come the Vikings. 3:50 to go. Second quarter, they try to throw it inside to Christian Smith. Ball's loose. Smith dives, and we got a timeout from the Vikings. So we're going to take a 30-second commercial break here on the Crane Credit Union scoreboard. We're tied at 13 with 3:46 to go here in the second quarter on Razor Radio Sports. The Vikings coming out of the timeout, 3:46 to go in the second quarter, trying to get to a 6 o'clock game tomorrow night against Blackhawk Christian. The winner of this game will face the Braves. On the sideline out of bounds, this is Aaron Wagler looking to get it in, throws it all the way in the backcourt to Caden Graber. 13-13 with 3:40 to go. Not going to break any scoring records tonight. Caden Graber back to Reed Thompson. To Christian Smith. Everything out beyond the arc so far on this possession for the Vikings. Aaron Wagler looking to get rid of it. He does to Caden Graber. They lob it down low to Smith. It's off his hands out of bounds, and a foul going to be called on Christian Smith. That is one thing I've noticed. Well, that was a tough pass for Christian to handle, no doubt. But he has gotten into some foul trouble.
Yeah, every time he's got in.
And he commits that one 84 feet away from the opposing team's basket.
He was hustling for the ball and reached for it and grabbed the guy's foot on accident. So Vikings in a little bit of a different defense here. A little trap, trying to speed South Knox up a little bit.
So Candler with it. Back to the top to Thomas, and we'll see how the Spartans respond. Long-armed Hagen Knepp out there. Reed Thompson's got some long arms as well. Coach Thompson's coming down his bench, and he's going to put in a sub here. It's going to be Nick Schwartzentruber. You know, I was listening to some other media in his first game down at Du Bois, and, you know, if he's got to live up to what they were hyping him up for, he's got big shoes to fill.
He had a good first game.
So the Spartans the Vikings been a little bit passive on that defense, and Spartans are just working it around.
Yeah, you would hope a defense like this would try to speed them up and turn them over, but so far it hasn't. South Knox has just passed around through it, and the Vikings haven't been super aggressive in it.
Thompson to Worth, and they're just, you know, kind of throwing it back and forth and trying to keep the score low, and they've succeeded. We're tied at 13 with 2:20 to go. In the second quarter, Fisher will take a three from the wing. And Worth got the offensive rebound.
Missed the block out.
And into the lane is Candler. He got the basket, and he'll go to the line. So a chance for a three-point play from Dakota Candler.
That's the difficult thing, Shady, when you go into a kind of a zone trap offense or defense like you saw there. It's hard to block out out of that. And right there, we just missed block out. Leads to an M1 bucket, possibly 3-point swing here when we could have limited them to 1.
So Nick Schwartzentruber is into the game, and checking back in was Braden Knepp. Going out was Christian Smith and Aaron Wagler.
Candler's free throws up and off the back of the rim, rebounded by Hagan.
So that South Knox sub will have to wait. 2:09 to go.
So on one end, South Knox was trying to be very patient. I bet you the Vikings are going to try to get something quick here.
Thompson to Hagan. Knepp drives in. Back to Reed Thompson. Looks at the three, won't take it. A couple of dribbles now. Vikings start into their offense as Hagan drives into the lane. Kicks it into Braden Knepp. The three from the corner is way too hard. Rebound is loose on the floor, and what do we got?
There you go.
Out of bounds.
Good hustle by Nick Schwartzentruber to create the turnover there.
44 is into the game, a 6'2 senior, Cody Dawson for the Spartans.
Worth checks out for South Knox. See if the Vikings can get a quick hitter here, tie this game up.
Baseline out of bounds. Caden Graber into Braden Knepp. Out to Hagan Knepp.
Hagan only 2 points so far.
Reed Thompson, top of the key three. In and out, no good. Rebound, loose, battle for it, and the Spartans have it.
Reed will get that shot to go. He's had 2 good looks at it so far. That one just nearly missed. And now you're going to see South Knox probably hold for 1 if they can.
They have the 2-point lead and the basketball with 1:15 to go till halftime. They go inside to Dawson. Dawson turns, faces the basket, works on Schwartzentruber.
Yeah, there he is.
Foul. He knocked over Nick Schwartzentruber, and that's one of those things that Nick does so well is take charges. And a turnover there for South Knox, and Coach Burkett is not much to say, but I don't think he's not particularly pleased.
44, who is that? It's
Dawson. He just checked in.
He's a big boy. He tried to take Nick, and Nick did a good job absorbing the contact.
Nick's a big boy too, and he probably didn't hit him that hard, but he got the call.
Sell it.
Never known a Schwartzentruber to be dramatic. Thompson all the way down in the corner. We are speaking of Nick, who is Josh's brother, so we're going to give him a hard time regardless.
That's true. Wouldn't expect any different. I like the Vikings here, Shady, to get a little 2 for 1 maybe.
So Caden Graber out to Reed Thompson. Thompson to Braden Knepp. Braden kicks it out to Schwartzentruber. Unloads for 3 from the wing.
Yeah.
Got it. Nick Schwartzentruber with a big 3. And the Vikings take the lead with 18 seconds to go.
Get a steal here, try to get a bucket.
So handling the basketball is Jackson Thomas. What a big shot from Schwartzentruber. Here as we head into halftime. Free throw line jumper is going to be off the rim, no good by Robinson. Caden Graber will shoot it from half court. It's off the backboard, no good. He had time for 2 more dribbles, but kind of lost track of the time there, and that's the way the half will end on the Crane Credit Union scoreboard. At halftime, it's Barr-Reeve 16, South Knox 15 here from the Bobcat of Davis County Classic. You're listening to it on Razor Radio Sports. You can do a minute, Josh. with a 1-point lead on a late three-pointer there from the corner by Nick Schwartzentruber. And the Vikings have a 1-point lead at the half in this final game of the day here from North Daviess High School. And the stats for the first half, Josh.
Yes, first off, the stats are being provided tonight by Nathan Graber. So we thank you for Nate. So if they are wrong, it's his fault. The Vikings lead 16-15 at the half. We'll start with South Knox first. They had 15 points. They were 7 of 12 from 2 for 58%, 0-1 from 3. 7 of 13 from the field for 54%, 1 of 3 from the free throw line for 33% for their 15 points. Candler led them in scoring in the first half, scoring 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting. And then 6 points coming from Brennan Robinson, who had 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. So that's the total scoring for South Knox with 15 points between two guys, Candler and Robinson. South Knox did have 6 turnovers there in the first half. For the Barr-Reeve Vikings, they have 16 points at the half. They were 2 of 6 from 2, 2 of 6 of 2, 3 of 12 from the three-point line, 5 of 18 from the field for 28%. They were 3 of 4 from the free throw line for 75%, 16 total points. They were led in scoring in the first half by Caden Graber. He had 5. Followed behind him closely with Braden Knepp with 4. Nick Schwartzentruber with the 3 there towards the end of the half to put the Vikings up. 2 points apiece from Aaron Wagler and Hagen Knepp, and that rounds out the scoring for 16 points for the Vikings. They finished the half with only 2 turnovers, Shady. So 18 shot attempts for Barr-Reeve, only 13 for South Knox.
Can't say that I'm shocked. I told you that before the game, right?
Yeah, you did. What you predicted before the game, Shady, is exactly what we've seen out of this game so far.
So the score was tied at 10 at the end of the first quarter, and the Vikings were down late in the second quarter, but a big 3 from Nick Schwartzentruber propelled the Vikings to a 1-point lead here at halftime. So run these other scores really quickly for you. At the 3 o'clock game today, it was Lagodi beating Paoli 59-35. In the 4:30 game, it was Brownstown Central over Rock Creek Academy 58-42. In the 6 o'clock game, it was Fort Wayne Blackhawk over North Daviess in overtime 48-41. So that sets up the 3 o'clock. North Daviess will be in the 3 o'clock game tomorrow against the loser of this game. The 4:30 game tomorrow will be Paoli and Rock Creek. The 6 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon will be Fort Wayne Blackhawk and the winner of this game. And the 7:30 game tomorrow night will be Lagodi and Brownstown, a very fine matchup and one that I'm very much looking forward to. So
absolutely,
we're going to take about a minute timeout here at halftime, and when we come back, we'll have more conversation here from the Cougar Den at the Bobcat of Daviess County Classic. You're listening to it on Razor Radio Sports. Welcome back here to the Cougar Den, North Daviess High School. The Spartans are back out on the floor from their halftime instructions. They trail 16-15, and Josh, from their perspective, you have the score exactly about where you want it. It's just those 6 turnovers in that first half that have really, think about where they could be if they had 6 more shot attempts.
Well, and that's why I said before the game, Shady, when you limit possessions like South Knox likes to do, that makes every possession really big. And whenever you give up a possession, like you said, with 6 turnovers there in the first half, you're not getting a lot of shot attempts. Only 13 shot attempts in the first half. They made 7 of 13. They're shooting 54%. That's a really good offensive half for South Knox, except the 6 turnovers. You have to capitalize on every possession you have, especially when you got a team like Barr-Reeve. But Barr-Reeve has to be excited, Shady. They're up 1 point, and their big star Hagen Knapp only had 2 points there in that first half.
Well, yes, that's got to be a focal point. I mean, he's averaging 22 points a game. He's got 2. Cam Madison really doesn't have a lot of shot attempts. It's. I know we've talked about this a lot over the years, but look at these shots. The shot selection for the Vikings. They've got 12 3-point shots attempts.
Yep.
And they've got 6 2-pointers. That's the new Barr-Reeve.
It is.
And it depends on your personnel, but the Vikings certainly they'll crank up a lot of threes. That's something that that's been kind of a staple of their last few seasons.
And they don't have a big 6'9" Kurt Hope to throw it down to, or 6'8" Keegan O'Neal to throw it to.
Yeah, it makes a difference, right?
It does. So a lot of their shots are going to come there. Shady, I'd be remiss to not mention this today, but I talked to somebody today, and they wanted us to give a kind of a shout out to Ollie Stutzman, a big Barr-Reeve Viking fan for many, many, many years. Passed away this morning, I believe it was, or last night. And so we just prayers and thoughts with his family, and hopefully the Vikings can go out and get a big win for Ollie tonight, because I know that, Shady, if he were still here, he'd either be here with us or be listening at home on the radio. Big Viking fan.
I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to mention that. Certainly our condolences to Alan and Rita and all the rest of Ollie's family, but you're exactly right. You went on the road, and you just, Ollie made those road trips.
Oh.
You just, and no matter where you went, you see
I saw him drive up to Indy one time by himself.
Boys and girls sports.
Yeah.
He was a very avid supporter
time.
of both, and yes, Ollie was, had a rough couple weeks. He had a couple strokes, and Ollie was. He got to go home, which I know he wouldn't have wanted to live the way he was here the last couple of weeks in the condition that he was in. So, but yes, rest in peace to our good buddy Ollie Stutzman, and certainly a very avid Barr-Reeve fan for as long as really I've known him. He's been there for the Vikings. So. The Barr-Reeve Vikings and the South Knox Spartans. It's a 1-point game here at halftime, 16-15. The Vikings with the lead on a late 3-point basket there by Nick Schwartzentruber. Big shot at the time, and we'll see how the Vikings, if they can find a way to speed this up. And I would imagine you almost have to, if you're Coach Thompson, have to go back to that trap and maybe juice it up just a little bit and try to get these Spartans sped up.
We'll see if you can do something to speed them up, because like you said, 18 shots, I think the Vikings would like a little bit more than that. It just makes every possession very important, which makes you shoot tight, makes you play a little bit tight, because you know that you have to take advantage. So if Coach Thompson can get him to speed up a little bit, I think he'll really appreciate that, and I think the Vikings really benefit from it.
Nathan Walker and Midwestern Engineers, if you're listening, you're on the clock for $30 right now, as they are the sponsor for the Cash for Kindle, which is $10 for every 3-pointer made that goes to the Barr-Reeve Scholarship Foundation in honor of our good friend, Mr. Kendall Murphy. It's 2017.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine it's been that long as he's been going, but a very, very good athlete, very much involved in the Barr-Reeve community, and his family has started that. Gives $100 to every kindergartner who sets up a 529 college savings account. It's been very successful, and it's continued again this year. Tonight's sponsors is Midwestern Engineers, so thank you guys for sponsoring that. A few people have left. It's not as crowded as it was. This is not exactly, even though it's a close game, it's not exactly been on the edge of your seat kind of basketball.
No, not at all. Except, Shady, I got to do a better job of containing my excitement when my brother hits a big three. I told you on the
called out.
Yeah, Joe Higgins called me out. And that's a guy that I'll take criticism from.
I didn't think you did that bad. So the Vikings are 6-2. As the Spartans are trying to go for a quick hitter, because they have the ball first, and Jackson Thomas missed a shot, but he got fouled. I was going to tell you that Vikings 2 losses, but I'll wait until you're done with this free throw.
So at the free throw line is Jackson Thomas. That was a good quick play there by Coach Burkett to get Thomas going towards the rim. His first free throw is up and good. Ties the game at 16. No, Joe wasn't criticizing. He just said, got a little excited there, didn't you?
Joe Higgins, a good friend of ours.
And second free throw's up and good as well.
So now the Spartans retake the lead. The Vikings have been beaten by Terre Haute South and Central Noble. The Spartans' 2 losses have come to Sullivan and Pagodi. What happened?
Bad pass. Luckily, Caden kind of came to it. Otherwise, that would have been an easy turnover.
Caden in the lane. Forces it up, got the basket, the fist pump, and the foul.
It's a great take there by Caden Graber, showing he's not just a 3-point shooter, and he's done a little bit more than that this year, Shady. As last year, his whole game was kind of 3-point shooting, but done a good job. Still shooting about 40% from three, but has increased his game tremendously as he knocks that one down.
10.5 points a game from the senior.
He's got 7 on the night right now.
Robinson with the basketball to Worth. Gives it off to Thomas. And now on the wing is Robinson again. Back to Thomas. They go inside.
Good help by Braden Knepp there.
Candler, and it's knocked loose and out of bounds. It'll stay with South Knox.
Candler did an excellent job of getting position there on Cam Madison, but Braden Knepp stopped Candler from getting an easy 2 by getting over there and held position. It's a good thing to see from your sophomore.
South Knox taking it out of bounds into their own basket, looking to get it in. And they finally do at the last minute. They throw it into Robinson. Vikings with a 2-point lead. It's 19-17. We've played under a minute here in the third quarter. Worth with the 3 from the elbow, and it's too hard. No good. Offensive rebound. A foul going to be called. No shot, as they're going to get Braden Knepp with the foul.
Kind of lucked out there that Braden kind of fell on top of the guy. That would have been an easy 2. Trying to get a block out there, but Mater did a good job of getting position.
That's Braden's 3rd foul, and the utility man, Nick Schwartzentruber's back into the game.
Checked in for a center in the first half, and now it's checking in for the 2 guard.
Candler with the basketball for the Spartans. Drives through the lane and gets it to go off the glass over the defender for the Vikings. We're tied at 19. We played a minute in the third. Caden Graber drives out to Nick Schwartzentruber. Back to Caden. Graber across the top of the key to Aaron Wagler. Back to Caden, and the Vikings will reset.
That was Candler's 11th point down there, Shady. He leads all scorers.
We just had 2 players score in the first half, the Spartans did.
Yep.
Caden Graber drives off the glass. Got another one.
Good take there by Caden.
Caden Graber with 2 more.
Hagen Knepp has not taken a shot here so far.
And forcing up the shot is the Spartans is Jackson Thomas, and now there's a fight for the rebound, a jump ball, and the Vikings will get it on the possession arrow.
You know what, Shady? I think, for the most part, Candler's been having his way, but for the most part, the Vikings are doing a good job on defense. They're rotating a lot better than they were at the beginning of the year when we did the radio against them in Washington. So Vikings are growing and learning, and that's good to see, especially if you're Coach Thompson.
And now, from the Vikings standpoint, you're going to start trying to work in some additional players that you haven't had the first 8 games. So that's you could almost expect them to take maybe a step back.
Absolutely.
Until everybody gets used again to playing with each other. Caden with another take, and they're going to wave it off. The basket will not count as the foul was on the floor.
Coach Gary Knepp fist bumped right there because I think he thought Caden was going to get called for a travel. Then they called the foul, and he screamed.
There's a couple of times tonight where Caden, he does have extremely, long steps, but yeah, he uses them, no doubt, to the fullest extent.
But back to what you were talking about a while ago, Shady. I've said it for many, 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 many years. As long as you've got it figured out by March, it doesn't matter what you play in December.
Nice, out of bounds play there. Hagen Knepp gets the shot, but no good, and he will go to the free throw line. Hagen's a very good free throw shooter on the year. I noticed that today, 15 of 18 on the year.
Wow. So Hagen Knepp to the free throw line. But yeah, you're right, Shady. The Vikings are going to have some growing pains here, trying to insert some of these guys back into the lineup as Shady jinxed him. He misses that one.
Sure did. You think back over the years, the players and how hard players have worked in the offseason. And I'm going to miss people, but, Chris Whitmer, Hagen Knepp, people that have, Jamison Miller has.
Good hustle by Cam Madison, and Caden Graber pulls from 3. No good. Hagen Knepp rebounds, and he's going back to the free throw line.
So Hagen missed his second free throw while I was rambling, and the ball nearly went out of bounds, but saved, and the Vikings got a 3 and then a putback, and now Hagen will go to the free throw line again, and now shut up.
Cam Madison, excellent job there to keep that Viking possession alive. Saved it into Nick. Nick back to Caden. If Caden would have hit that, the Viking crowd would have went nuts, and Hagen's missed 3 free throws in a row now. Needs to get one to fall here and get that lid off the bucket. He hit his first shot and hasn't hit a shot since. Hagen Knepp at the free throw line for the second shot. And got that one to rattle in. That one took a while, but it got. So it's 3 points on the night for Hagen. Vikings lead 22-19.
Brennan Robinson handing the basketball to Candler. Back to Thomas. Into the lane. Back to Worth. Driving into the lane is Candler. Spins on Madison. Missed it off the glass. Got his own rebound. The foul is on the floor. No shot. So the Vikings with a 3-point lead. 5:44 to go, third quarter. Hagen scored 34 points down at DuBois and was named the Indiana Basketball Coaches Association Franciscan Health Player of the Week.
Wow, that's a big.
But tonight, he is he's
3
not
points.
on.
3 points. This is kind of how he played against Central Noble, and the Vikings got blown out there. Thankfully, we've had some guys pick up the slack as Caden Graber's playing pretty well. And we're going to get another foul. And is that on Cam Madison again? 44. That's 2 in a row on Cam, and that's 2. So 3. So Christian Smith's going to check in for Cam Madison. He's going to try to guard Candler. So now Braden Knepp and Cam Madison both on the bench with 3 fouls. So Vikings depth's going to come into play.
Yeah, we have seen individuals in foul trouble, but we really haven't seen more than one per game in foul trouble. So this is a new wrinkle. And forcing up the shot along the baseline is no good. That was Candler, and the rebound is off to Aaron Wagler and the Vikings. Vikings lead it by 3 with 5:10 to go, third quarter. Hagan, 3 from the wing, is going to be short. Rebound in the open floor to Mater. Dylan Mater, haven't said his name a lot lately. He will bring it down. Leaves it for Robinson to Candler. And looking at the 3 is Thomas, but won't take it. Top of the key now to Robinson. Jukes into the lane. He's forced to get rid of it. Mater with it to Robinson. Back to Thomas. And he drives by Schwarzentuber and got it off the glass.
Thomas had the mismatch from the beginning. They couldn't get that switch back. Aaron and Nick got switched off with Worth and Thomas.
You know, I was just thinking about Sam Singleton. He started, and we hadn't seen him in forever, and now he's coming back into the game.
Reed Thompson checks in for Aaron Wagler, and Worth takes a seat as Singleton comes in.
Singleton was that 6'5" freshman.
So that bucket was good by Thomas. That's his 4th point. To complete the 3-point play, he does to tie the game up at 22.
22 all with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. This is right in line with what the Spartans want to do. They give up about 36 points a game, and they're on pace to do that.
And Robinson has done a good job on Hagan Knepp. Hagan rises up over him there and misses it again, but Hagan takes it back, goes right back up. No foul, and he got it to go. Thompson gets the timeout.
We're going to take a break. Crane Credit Union scoreboard. 4:24 to go in the third quarter, and the Vikings with a 2-point lead. It's 24-22 here on Razor Radio Sports. Just do a 30-second timeout, Josh.
Yeah, that was good.
Way, and then just kind of had to throw up a little bit of a wild shot and went in.
Yeah.
So
you can tell he's getting upset.
Yeah, he's a little bit frustrated, which I've never seen from him.
No.
But it's clearly, it's not dirty play.
No,
it's just clearly Hagan not being able to knock down shots is the reason for the frustration. The Spartans with the basketball. Jackson Thomas with it on the wing. And Robinson will shoot a long 2, is no good. And Singleton got the rebound, and he's going to be fouled as he got it up on the rim. And Singleton just took that away from Reed Thompson.
Yeah, they were wanting it over back there, and I don't know how much of a block out Reed had, but Singleton's got the long, lanky arms there, and he just took it away. And they went right back up with it, so he's going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And Reed's just got to get back into actual game. This is different than practice.
Yep. Nick Schwarzentuber's on the end of the bench getting some work on that knee that he had bothering him at the beginning of the season. As Aaron Wagler checked back in for him at the timeout. Singleton hit the first one, he hit the second one. It's his first 2 points of the night, and that's tied at 24.
Trainer Robinson down there working with Schwartzentruber. Caden Graber back to Reed Thompson. We're tied at 24 with 3:55 to go in the third. Reed's going to drive in, take it all the way to the basket, and it's going to nearly got stuck on top of the back of the basket there, but Reed will go to the free throw line. This will be Reed's first free throws of his senior year.
And that's the kind of play that they want out of Reed Thompson, just that athletic driving ability. He's took 2 threes tonight, but where Reed's at his best is going downhill towards the rim, and he got a nice little drive there and hits the free throw, his first points of his senior season. Gives the Vikings a 1-point lead.
Vikings with 5 seniors out there now as you look out on the floor.
And his second free throw short, and that's going to be out on Hagen net. Yep, and it's going to go the other way.
Kept alive by Hagen, but knocked out of bounds. Singleton will be the inbound person. He gets it in here, and the Spartans will have the whole length to go. But
Cam Madison's going to check back in with his 3 fouls.
Thomas for the Spartans into the corner to Robinson. 25-24, Vikings with a 1-point lead on the free throw by Reed Thompson. They go down low to Singleton, and foul again. So that's a tough matchup for Reed.
It is. He's giving up some height there. Singleton 6'5".
And I think he's just calling for Christian Smith and Thompson to switch. Well, now Madison's coming into the game for Smith.
And that's going to be in the bonus already here in the third quarter. So Singleton to the free throw line. His shot is up and good. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. All 3 points coming from the free throw line. Singleton's 4th free throw of the night's no good. Tied at 25.
Rebound to Thompson, and 25 all with 3:23 to go in the third quarter. Final game of the night from the Bobcat of Davis County Classic. New sponsor this year. And Caden Graber drives baseline, throws it into the corner to Aaron Wagler. Aaron has taken, 1 shot, I think, on the night. That was early in the game and missed it. And Reed is absolutely clobbered out there in the open floor by Singleton, no call.
Reed is not getting a friendly whistle here tonight. Caden drives, nice little floater, no good. Rebounded by Caden, good idea to bring it back out.
So Kagan and the Vikings will reset Hagen. Has it taken away from him by Thomas, and will we see a dunk? No, just a layup. Counts the same. That's the lead for South Knox, 27-25 with 2:40 to go in the third. Turnover for the Vikings and led to a basket and a score of, when they're limited possessions, those are just magnified.
Yes, absolutely.
By 1,000 times.
Yep, you're exactly right.
Caden, cross-court pass to Aaron Wagler to Reed Thompson, wide open for 3 off the side of the rim, missed it badly. And Hagen is going to get the foul going after the rebound. Helps Singleton to his feet. So that should be free throws once again, correct?
Yes, that's a defensive foul. Vikings have 8.
Sam Singleton will go back to the free throw line. He just came from there and he made 1 of 2.
He's 3 for 4 at the free throw line. And Nick Schwartzentruber is now heading to the locker room. Appears. So Singleton to the free throw line. Vikings have a 2-point lead. And off, no good. Rebounded by Hagen Net. Good tip there by Cam Madison.
With 2:15 to go, the Vikings, trail by 2. Aaron Wagler. You hear Coach Madison yelling at Cam Madison to post up inside. Aaron will take a 3. Shot it too hard. Rebound is off to Singleton.
Don't foul.
I don't know why Singleton was on the bench for the period of time he was, but he's been very effective.
Been a game changer. Yep, been a game changer in the third quarter.
Just a freshman. So another timeout called with 1:48 to go. We're going to take a quick 30-second break here. The Crane Credit Union scoreboard says South Knox 27, the Barr-Reeve Vikings 25 on Razor Radio Sports.
Holy cow.
Well, the South Knox Spartans 3 times this year in the 6 games that they've played, they have kept their opponent to in the 20s. And that is what they would like to do. They're just giving up 36 points a game. And they're trying to make this a low-scoring affair, and they have succeeded.
Yes, they have. They make everything tough for the Vikings, taking Hagen Knepp out of the game, and every other shot they take is very difficult.
You know, we talked about the limited possessions and how that magnifies everything. That also magnifies the shots that you take.
Yep.
I mean, it's in your mind that, you know, if I shoot now, it's going to be another 2 minutes till I get another try. As the Vikings on the steal, Reed Thompson will take it down. Got it. So
Great take by Reed Thompson.
the game is tied at 27 on the turnover from South Knox. That is the one thing that the Spartans did in the first half, not very well, was take care of the ball. And that's another turnover there that led to a basket to tie the game.
Yeah, they shot it particularly well, but like you said, Chady, 6 turnovers there in that first half, and big one right there that ties the game up.
So Candler with it, turns to face the basket, shoots over Madison, got it. What a shot. Nice job there by Dakota Candler over the outstretched arm of Cam Madison.
13 points for Candler.
So Caden Graber with it, works across the top of the perimeter. Aaron Wagler would drive into the lane, forces up the one-hand runner. It's no good. Cam Madison kept it alive. Aaron Wagler got it back. A block shot. That looked pretty clean from up here. That was right in front of us. And the free throws will be coming for Aaron Wagler. Aaron is just 1 of 2 on the year from the free throw line.
So Aaron Wagler to the free throw line. Just saw down there at the bench, Shady, the Vikings are going to have to finish this one without Nick Schwarzentrooper. He's nursing that knee injury, and Aaron's free throw in and out. Terrible from the free throw line here in the second half, Shady, are the Vikings.
That's been a nagging injury for Nick, and certainly our best wishes for that. I have no idea what he's dealing with at this point, but he's not going to be back in the game, it appears.
Aaron hits that free throw. So the Vikings, 1-point lead, a 1-point trail, 29-28.
With 37 seconds to go in the third quarter, so the Vikings are settling in here for what will probably be a last shot of the quarter from the Spartans, unless the Vikings can get another turnover. They've gotten a few this game. And just holding on to the basketball is Robinson. He finally takes a couple of dribbles. Reed Thompson putting on some pressure. Robinson trying to get rid of it down to 15 seconds. The handoff goes to Thomas. Thomas, handoff to Mater. Dylan Mater back to Candler, top of the key, handoff to Robinson into the corner. They go inside to Candler. Reverse layup. Got it. Was that beautiful basketball from the Spartans or what? And that is how they end the quarter. Nice job offensively from the South Knox Spartans, and they head to the fourth quarter here from North Daviess with a 3-point lead and the basketball when we start the fourth quarter play. On the Crane Credit Union scoreboard, it's South Knox 31, Barr-Reeve 28 on Razor Radio Sports. You can do a minute here. The Spartans will have the basketball as we head to the fourth quarter of play. They scored at the end of the quarter. Perfect execution that time to take a 3-point lead in the final quarter. Couldn't do it much better than that, could you, Josh?
No, and they went to their man Candler there, and he's been South Knox's best player tonight. 15 points on the night.
They've all been
some more.
They've all been twos, right?
Yes.
I don't think he's taken an outside shot.
No.
So. Robinson into the lane, travels. And that's the call, so the Vikings will get it on the turnover. And Robinson's a little gimpy as he jumps to his feet, holding his thigh.
He probably got hit knee right in the thigh. That's hard to cover from.
Hagen is talking to him and make sure he's okay.
Hagen's probably wanting him to go take a little bit of a break.
Are you sure you don't need to check out?
Better go check it.
Coach, I think he needs to come out. Cam Madison, top of the key, is rolled inside to Hagen. He turns, shoots over 3 defenders and got it. Holy cow.
Hagen has missed some easy shots tonight, but hit the tough ones.
3 defenders around him, and it's 31-30. Vikings back to within a point.
Be nice to see Hagen take over this fourth quarter.
30 seconds here in the fourth. Robinson with the basketball.
Somebody's got to step up and take Candler out of the game on the defensive end for the Vikings.
Has been the big scorer there for the Spartans. Driving it all the way to the basket is Thomas, who missed it. Hagen Nepp clears the rebound. He will bring it down himself. He comes to the spot on the elbow, gets rid of it to Braden Nepp, drives off the glass, too short, and the rebound is off to Candler. Candler will bring it down himself, dishes it off to Singleton, and the turnover for the Spartans as Caden Graber come up with it. Somebody was setting up for a charge down there. That was
Reed Thompson. He took that away. I think Candler was going to go all the way to the hole that time.
Nice job by Thompson, and I don't know if that would have been a sudden collision.
Yes, it would have.
But it was all avoided, and Caden Graber take a top of the key 3, no good, and the rebound is off to Robinson for the Spartans.
Vikings have kind of forced their last 2 possessions. Need to be patient and wait for something good to come about.
That's a very good point. The last 2 possessions have not been particularly good shots. They go inside the Candler, and he's wide open somehow.
Geez.
He got the basket and the foul, and Coach Madison is, assistant Coach Madison is, we know where that defender just got lost a little bit there, Cam did, and Candler got away.
But Hagen Nepp had to come around on the other side and foul him. I don't know if you could switch that and have Hagen take Candler for a little bit, just a different look, but Candler does it again. 34-30, South Knox leads. 6:13 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back right after this.
Just do a 30, be fine. Too much talking, my voice is getting.
Yeah.
It could be. But Barr-Reeve and North Davis play each other at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon.
A lot of bosses probably getting called tomorrow. They'll call in sick.
I don't think I should come back after lunch. I'm not feeling too well.
Not feeling too. Feel a cough.
So the Vikings will have the basketball. This is a good kind of game for Barr-Reeve.
Yes, it is. They're challenged. Hagen's not scoring like he usually does. So
see how the Vikings respond. They're trying to work some new players back into the lineup. The Vikings are.
Had several guys in foul trouble. Nick Schwarzentrooper out with a knee injury.
Nick did a lot of good things when he was in there, and he is certainly a utility type of player that the Vikings could desperately use.
You got to be able to overcome these things, Shady, and we'll see how the Vikings will respond here. Plenty of time left in the game. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, down by 4.
This is the time where you dig down and find another gear. Caden Graber, baseline inbounds to Reed Thompson. Thompson with a couple of dribbles and get rid of it to Braden Nepp. Nepp to Caden Graber. Caden drives. Reed Thompson, he'll drive baseline and has his shot blocked from behind, but a foul. That may be on Dakota Candler. It is. And Thompson will go to the line.
And on Candler, that is his 4th foul, Shady. So
a lot of free throws the rest of the way here as both teams are in the bonus.
Maybe the best defense against Candler is to foul him out, as he's got 4. And Reed Thompson leaves that one short. Reed, playing in his first game this year. Probably doesn't have the legs that he normally would at this time. Left that one short. Second one left it short as well. And Cam Madison fights for the rebound and no go.
So the Spartans with it. This is Robinson.
Terrible from the free throw line in the second half are the Vikings, Shady.
Dakota Candler has it. He will drive on Madison. Spins. And gets rid of it to out beyond the arc to Robinson. Now in the corner to Thomas. Back to Singleton, top of the key. Singleton gets rid of it to Robinson. To Candler. To Mater, Dylan Mater, all the way in the corner now to Singleton and back to Robinson. Spartans have a 4-point lead, 5:18 to go, 34-30. This low-scoring affair here from the Cougar Den.
The clock is their friend right now. They're going to take up as much of it as they possibly can.
Well, the next foul that the Vikings commit will be 2 free throws for South Knox. And driving all the way to the basket around Thompson, and he missed the shot. That was Robinson, but he'll go to the line.
Robinson, really known for his defense on Hagen Knepp tonight. He did score early. He had 6 points there in the first quarter. Hasn't scored since. So he's looking to add to the Spartan lead, and that free throw is no good. Aaron Wagner's going to check back into the game now for Reed Thompson.
Wow, if you're the Spartans, you absolutely must hit your free throws.
You got to have those free throws, especially you're shooting 2 every time there's a foul from here on out. They're giving you free looks, and misses that one as well. And Singleton there for the rebound. Throws it down low. Guess who? Candler.
Dakota Candler for 2 more, and it's a 6-point game. 4:53 to go. In the contest from North Daviess.
Candler has 22 points on the night, Shady.
And they've all been 2-pointers or free throws.
Yep.
Caden Graber. Back to Braden Knepp. Looks at the 3. Won't take it. Couple of dribbles. Still handling the basketball.
Still a 2-possession game for the Vikings.
Back to Braden, top of the key. Braden will drive, dishes it off to Caden Graver. Caden coming across the top of the key with the dribble, and now a timeout from Coach Thompson. We're going to keep this here. So no commercial break here. Clock stops at 4:28. The Vikings are in a 6-point hole, 36-30 here to South Knox. And as we mentioned earlier, the Spartans have lost 6 in a row to the Vikings, and they're trying to break that streak. The last time they beat the Barr-Reeve was March 4th. 2017, and try to bring that to a screeching halt, and they're on their way to doing that right now. The Vikings have got to get some offense, and they've got to do it quickly. 4:28 to go here in the 4th.
Candler has been unstoppable on the offensive end, 22 points. But Shady, the story tonight has been South Knox's defense. It seems like every point the Vikings are getting on this end here in the second half have been difficult, tough shots. I mean, they are working for everything that they can, and it's been hard. The Vikings have not been able to get it going. Hagen Knepp only has 7 points on the night. He only had 2 at halftime, and the length and the athleticism of South Knox. We said at the beginning of the game, they are a defensive team. They're scrappy. They limit possessions, and they're showing tonight that they can compete.
So Cam Madison is out of the game for the Vikings, so we'll see now if Hagen Knepp draws the assignment of guarding Dakota Candler.
I would think. Hagen only has 2 fouls, so the Vikings go a little bit smaller, a little bit faster, more athletic here.
So Caden Graber will have the basketball for the Vikings as the Vikings get into their offense. Hagen Knepp on the give and go.
And Candler can't do anything there, Shady. He's got 4 fouls.
And unmolested to the basket he goes and a timeout going to be called as on the pressure, the Spartans not able to get it in. We're going to take a short 30-second timeout on the Crane Credit Union scoreboard with 4:15 to go. The Vikings get a bucket to creep to back within 4. 36-32 here on Razor Radio Sports. In a 4-point hole, 36-32. Dakota Candler has been the big story. You've heard his name all night long, a 6'5 junior. and he's played a very good game for South Knox.
The problem is, though, Shady, defensively, he can't do a whole lot right now with 4 fouls. And you saw that there in that last possession as Hagan Knepp drove, and he didn't even try to contest it.
So Robinson with the basketball will bring it down. And now the double team
Here we
is
go.
stolen by the Vikings. Hagan Knepp will bring it down. He'll go all the way to the basket and got another one. So Hagan showing some life here. All the Vikings are. And they creep to back to within a possession at 36-34. Robinson with it. They go inside to Singleton. Back into the corner to Thomas. Jackson Thomas drives. Gives up his dribble. Forces up the shot over net. Missed it. And going hard for the rebound was Reed Thompson, and he's going to get called for the foul.
Reed has not got a favorable whistle tonight. Didn't think he did a whole lot there, but South Knox has crashed the offensive boards a lot tonight, Shady, and they've done a good job at it. Second chance after second chance, and now Thomas has a chance to get some points on the board for South Knox. His first free throw's up and good.
Big free throws from Jackson Thomas and makes it a 3-point game.
Got to block out here. Singleton on the right block against Reed Thompson. That's where the matchup's at. And missed the free throw. Hagan Knepp comes down, and there's that matchup. Reed and Singleton go straight to the ground.
Caden Graber off to Hagan Knepp, back to Thompson. Thompson checks on the trail defender as him and Singleton got tangled up out of bounds there, as you mentioned. So Caden with 3:20 to go. Graber pounding the basketball out there, got rid of it to Aaron Wackler. They try to throw it inside, and it's going to be picked off by the Spartans. That pass just never got high enough.
Nothing there.
Singleton
Nice
leaves
pass.
it to Candler, and who left him open?
2 guys went to Singleton instead of staying over on Candler, and that's a nice pass there by the freshman.
Very good job there by Singleton and all the Spartans, and it's a 5-point lead now for South Knox. Caden Graber for 3, and it rimmed no good, and the rebound is off to Thomas, and it's a 5-point game with 2:47 to go. You're not going to get a lot of possessions unless you start fouling, which the Vikings will have to do at some point. And now Candler with it out beyond the arc. Brendan Robinson with it. Robinson. And it's going to be out of bounds off of the Viking defender. So the Spartans will keep it.
See if the Vikings can create some sort of turnover here.
Right in front of the South Knox bench, the Spartans get it in. This is Thomas with it in the backcourt, and the Spartans are in no hurry to go anywhere right now. They have a 5-point lead in the ball with 2:17 to go in the contest. Dylan Mater with it, passes it out of the trap. Mater gets it back in the corner, looking for somewhere to go. He gets it to Robinson. Out near the center circle here to Thomas, in the corner to Singleton. And the pass is tipped and stolen there by Caden Graber. A little bit lackadaisical with Singleton. And the Vikings get the turnover. A 3 from Hagan. Got it.
Big shot.
And a timeout going to be called by the Vikings. So big shot there from Hagan Knepp, and the Vikings are back to within 2. So 30-second timeout. We're just going to keep it here, Josh, back there at the station. Keeping this timeout here at the Cougar Den. A minute 52 to go. 39-37, the Spartans with a 2-point lead. And, you know, there have been some big shots that have been made for thinking we're not to 40 points yet for either team.
That's true.
It's been a close, contested game all the way through, but not one that's a cliffhanger by any stretch as far as the speed of action goes. But the possession arrow will belong to Barr-Reeve in the event of a jump ball. The Spartans are in the double bonus. The Vikings are in the 1-and-1 on any fouls. So any fouls from here on out will be free throws. Unless it's a charge, I guess. But
And you're going to see the Vikings, they're going to be aggressive against Shady. They're going to try to pick up full court or half court, try to get a little trap, try to create some turnovers here. They finally get it across half court. Here comes the trap. Candler's got it now. It's back out, back into Candler. He squares up, and there's the steal by Hagan Knepp. The Vikings create the turnover. 2-point game here, a minute and a half to go.
Candler had it taken away from him by Hagan. Braden Knepp will drive baseline. Gets it up to Singleton and missed it, but he'll go to the free throw line.
You know what, Shay? That's a big take by the sophomore.
That's a gutsy move there by Braden to drive baseline with that.
He had the baseline, just about got it to go. I tell you what, Singleton has contested almost every shot at the rim, and they get that foul on Singleton, and now there's
some conversation with the officials in the free throw line area. I have no idea what they don't come over and tell us what they're talking about.
Yeah,
there's two free throws. Well, why was that?
I think they were debating whether it was a bonus or on the shot, I guess. But I thought it was pretty clear on the shot. But so Braden Knapp to the free throw line. His first free throw's up. Off the back of the rim, no good. I do not want to know the free throw percentage for the Vikings.
Well, Braden was 15 of 20 coming into the night.
And Braden's second free throw is good. Vikings from the free throw line, 7 of 16, 44%, Shady. So it's a 1-point game now.
39-38 with 1:25 to go. And the Spartans had some costly turnovers here in the fourth quarter. Singleton with it. And another turnover. That's the second time that Caden Graber has taken that pass. Braden, and he runs into
he's going up.
the defender, but he's get 2 more free throws.
Just absolute lazy passes by South Knox, Shady, and the Vikings have taken advantage. See if Braden can get 2 free throws
here. That ball fake would have gone a long way there, and Caden Graber has taken it from Singleton twice.
Braden's free throws up and good. Ties the game at 39. And Worth is coming in for Singleton. I would about guarantee it. Yep.
It's 39-34 not that long ago.
And, yep, never mind. I thought there was South Knox was subbing again. Now Braden at the free throw line to give the Vikings a 1-point lead. He got it. 40-39 with 1:14 to go.
Big free throws there from the sophomore. A couple of really good, gutsy plays there from Braden the last 2 possessions.
Big plays from the sophomore.
And now this is Thomas with it. The Spartans still in no hurry.
Hagan has got the assignment of guarding Candler now.
So driving is Mater. He gets around his defender, blocked. Oh my, they're going to call a foul. That's going to be on Aaron Wagler, I believe. He did block it out of bounds, but
I'd like to see what he says happened here. Oh, like a push to the side. That signal there, Shady says, I don't know where the foul was, but it was one. So.
Got him with the body just a touch.
So Mater's at the free throw line.
Adds to the excitement here.
His first free throw's up and
off the side of the
no good. I was watching what was it, Shady, been about 6-7 years ago. Barr-Reeve South Knox here at the Graber Post tournament where it was back then. Seth Trooper hit a buzzer beater.
Big shot, Bob.
And misses that one again. Candler with the rebound, goes up, no good. Rebound off to Barr-Reeve. Wow, big call.
Braden Knapp was up trying to fight for the rebound, and it went off of South Knox, and Candler can't believe it.
Wow, that was tough. That was close.
Singleton. Well, now this has turned into a cliffhanger all of a sudden.
Mater missed both free throws, so now South Knox is going to have to pick up full court, and it's going to be the Barr-Reeve Vikings that have to take care of the basketball.
Singleton checked in for Worth, and what have we got?
Coach Thompson's got a timeout.
And he's wanting Aaron Wagler is all the way down here, 84 feet away from where the action was, and so
hey, Aaron down here looking for popcorn.
That's what Thompson's telling him. He's got to get down there and help inbounds the ball. So we're going to take a 30-second break. We need a breather.
We need one.
30-39, the Vikings have come back to take a 1-point lead here with 52 seconds to go from North Daviess on Razor Radio Sports. Go. The Vikings have the basketball, but they have the length of the floor to go.
Oh my. Good catch there, Shady.
Our battery was... Anyway, we're still alive, we think.
We think. Says we're STR.
Caden Graver. 45 seconds, and the Vikings have it. They get it across half court. Hagen Knepp to Braden Knepp. Braden, that's going to be a foul. He hit him in the head with his foot. All right. Caden Graver with it. Reed Thompson. Hagen Knepp back to Caden Graver, and the Vikings are playing keep away now with 30 seconds to go.
There's a foul.
And they're going to have to hit free throws. But so what we got excited about is Braden is over here on the wing.
This whole crowd over here about jumped over
the defender jumped over his head and hit him in the head with his shoe. I don't understand how that's not a foul. But at any rate, here we are. Caden Graver at the free throw line.
Vikings, like we said, Shady, have shot about 47% here for the game from the free throw line. Caden Graver's first one is up and good.
And hit the rim a couple of times, but bounced in. Wow.
Makes it 41-39. Caden's second free throw's up. Got that one to go as well.
So it's a 3-point game now and a timeout from Coach Burkett and South Knox. So
big free throws there by Caden.
We're going to take another commercial break here on the Crane Credit Union scoreboard with 29.6 seconds to go. The Vikings lead it 42-39 over South Knox on Razor Radio Sports.
My wife said me and you make her anxious.
Which could still happen. It's still only a 3-point game with 29.6 to go. South Knox has not hit a 3 in this contest. So it's been the Dakota Candler show, as he has been impressive to say the least. So the Vikings will break the huddle with Hagen Knepp, Braden Knepp, Reed Thompson, Aaron Wagler, and Caden Graber. The Vikings have 2 foul shots, as do the Spartans, for every foul. The possession arrow favors Barr-Reeve. Barr-Reeve has no timeouts left, and the Spartans have 1. So that is of note for the Vikings. So Robinson with the basketball gets rid of it to Mater. He will drive into the lane and kicks it out to Fisher, who's in the game. We haven't seen him for a while. Candler looked at the 3, didn't take it. Now forces it up over Caden, and he missed it.
Wow.
Rebound to Hagen Knepp, and I think he's trying to draw the foul there. Now Fisher fouls Hagen. And now with 9 seconds left, the Vikings can ice it at the free throw line, and who better to do it than their senior Hagen Knepp?
There was a stretch where Hagen missed 3 straight free throws. And the Vikings have not been shot well from the free throw line, about 57%, but Shady South Knox, 9 of 18 from the free throw line. Hagen's free throws off the back of the rim, no good. Got to have this one to go.
Are you kidding me?
Hagen Knepp's second free throw is up. Got that one to go. Makes it a 4-point game and makes it extremely difficult for South Knox now.
Cam Madison is into the game for Aaron Wagler. So 9.2 in the Vikings with a 4-point lead. Keep the ball in front of you and don't foul. This is Robinson with it. He will bring it down, uses the screen, shoots the 3. He missed it. Rebound to Hagen, and that's going to do it. So the Vikings survive a hard-fought battle. The final score is Barr-Reeve 43 and South Knox 39. And wow, the Spartans, what an incredible job they've done all game, but they just fall short at the end. And they will move into that 3 o'clock game tomorrow against North Davis. So the final score again on the Crane Credit Union scoreboard was Barr-Reeve 43, South Knox 39. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout for the postgame show on Razor Radio Sports. Do about 2 minutes, Josh, because we'll have to wait on Coach Thompson anyway, so. All right, back again here at the Cougar Den from the Bobcat of Daviess County Classic. The Vikings come from behind to win it 43-39, excuse me. Josh, this is random, but I was looking out on the floor and seeing the people leave, and there's just a lot of people here that are not from either school. There's a lot of just, casual basketball fans that have come to see some good basketball.
Yeah.
And, they saw some good teams tonight, no doubt. But let's do the stats first, and then we'll do the player of the game for this one.
All right, first off, we'll start with the South Knox Spartans. They had 39 points on the night. They were led in scoring. We'll get the totals. They were 15 of 27 from 2 for 56%, 0-4 from 3, 15 of 31 for the game for 48%. They were 9 of 18 from the free throw line for 50%, 39 points on the night. They were led in scoring tonight by Dakota Candler. He had 24 points. Following close behind him, actually not close behind him, was Brennan Robinson. He had 6. 6 also from Jackson Thomas, and 3 points from Singleton. Sam Singleton had 3 for their total of 39. They finished the night with 12 turnovers, but Shady 26 rebounds. So they had 9 offensive rebounds on the night, which is where they kept themselves in the game and really hurt the Vikings, but Shady 9 of 18 from the free throw line. Hard to overcome that, especially when you're trying to close out a game where they led 39-34, I believe. So for the Barr-Reeve Vikings, they had 43 points. They were 9 of 17 from 2, 4 of 19 from 3, 13 of 36 from the field for 36%. They were 13 of 23 from the free throw line for 57%, 43 points on the night. They were led in scoring, believe it or not, Shady, by Hagen Knepp. He had 15 points. Close behind him was Caden Graber with 12 points, 7 points coming from Braden Knepp, and 3 points apiece from Nick Schwarzentrooper, Reed Thompson, and Aaron Wackler. The Vikings finished the night with only 4 turnovers, and that's a big reason why they won the game tonight is they took care of the basketball. They didn't necessarily knock their shots down as they shot 36% from the field, but they did a good job of handling the basketball and not turning it over for easy buckets for the other team.
Well, that's really the story of the game. I mean, your opponent shot better than you did from the field. They had an individual score 24 points, but those turnovers, just those turnovers, that has to be the glaring factor here if you're South Knox, just not able to, 6 turnovers in the first half, 6 in the second half. Just too many missed opportunities there. That's 12 shots that you don't get, or 12 possessions where you don't get a chance to get a shot in a game that is, where possessions are dictated. It's just a very, very low possession game, and that has got to be the story of the game for the Spartans from their viewpoint. But hey, credit to the Vikings. We said it. This is a good kind of game for them to try to see how they respond, and boy, did they ever respond and come back and get that win.
Yeah, well, we sat there, Shady, and didn't know. It looked pretty bad for the Vikings there. We said it's crunch time. You got to see what you're made of there. You had 3 guys on the bench with 3. Hagen wasn't playing well. Nick Schwarzentrooper was out. How are you going to respond? And the Vikings did. Went on a big run.
And before we get to play of the game, I just want to give that, I was very impressed with South Knox. They came in with their preparation. They had a game plan of what they wanted to do, and they dang near pulled it off. So, kudos to them. I know they, not into moral victories, but they had a good game plan and executed it, except for those turnovers.
Yeah, and that's something you can't plan for. You just got to make sure you take care of the basketball. But also, Shady, I think the turnovers killed them, but I think also 9 of 18 from the free throw line. Man, they had opportunities to put Barr-Reeve away at the free throw line and just kept missing. But yes, hats off to Coach Burkett and his team, Shady. I know North Davis will probably be heavy favorites in that 3 o'clock game tomorrow, but I think South Knox, with their physicality and their athleticism, I think that could be a decent game there at 3 o'clock.
And for once, there will be someone else that's trying to slow the game down more than North Davis.
That's true. That's
true.
That. It'll be a battle of very low
North Davis doesn't really play. I mean, they played that way today, but they don't really play that way this season. So.
No, they've been really trying to run the score. They got the guys to do it though. They got the guys to do it in the Wilson twins and Jalen Mullen and Britton and Collins and those guys. Good team. It's a shame that they have to play in that 3 o'clock game tomorrow. It was just 2 really good teams playing in that game right before us in Blackhawk and North Davis. But I know for us, Shady, we went to the state finals my senior year, and we lost our very first game of the Great Post. And played at 3 o'clock on a Thursday against Cloverdale. I mean, that's just kind of the best team doesn't necessarily play in those primetime games. It could be the best team that night, but for the most part, I think North Davis looks back and they probably think that they probably could have had that Blackhawk game.
So for the player of the game for this one?
Obviously, for South Knox, we'll go with Candler. He was tremendous. And then for the Vikings, you know what, Shady? I think Hagen Knepp gets it quite a bit. You know, he led them scoring tonight, but I'm going to go with Caden Graber. He was kind of the guy that kept the Vikings going whenever they needed him the most. Hagen did the closing, but Caden Graber was there. Braden Knepp could have been in consideration as he closed out pretty well, but I'm going to go with Caden Graber as he seemed to just run the offense. 4 turnovers on the night for the Vikings with Caden having the ball in his hand a majority of the time. 12 points to be second in scoring, but several different assists, and I'm just going to go with Caden Graber for playing the game.
And then you cannot overlook those 2 big steals over there on the wing. It's just kind of lackadaisical passes there from the South Knox freshman. They will learn from those mistakes, but the senior in Caden Graber was able to come up with a couple of really big steals, and the Vikings hold on to win it. So again, Dakota Candler for South Knox and senior Caden Graber for the Barr-Reeve Vikings, our players of the game, as we await the comments from Coach Thompson here on our post-game show. So again, the final score was 43-39. Vikings hang on to win it. So we'll set the table for tomorrow. Greg Bateman and Coach Wagner will have the first game at 3 o'clock. That'll be South Knox and North Davis.